Hello and welcome to this unboxing and review video. Today we're going to be looking at the Audio-Technica AT-LP120XBT-USB. This is a Bluetooth enabled direct drive turntable. Had it on back order for quite a while. Ordered it directly through Audio-Technica. This is not my first Audio-Technica. This is my Mr. Disc portable turntable by Audio-Technica that I had since high school. And as I pointed there, that is the founder. Since 1962, I guess Audio-Technica has out of Japan. They've created one of the first affordable phono cartridges. It's nice to actually have a new turntable, an upgrade actually. This may not be a collectible or video game video. This is tech. I also cover tech on my channel, and I figured today I'll do something a little bit different and show you this little tech device, I guess you could say. I've been into vinyl probably since the 80s, since high school. My brother and I used to DJ back in the day. Just for house parties and what have you, and I've always had a turntable. As you can see, my Mr. Disc portable Audio-Technica. I still have that little portable turntable along with a Technics belt-driven turntable from high school. Haven't played it for a while. It's probably in one of my closets. But I just wanted to upgrade my current turntable, which it's a USB one. My wife gave it to me years ago. It's a belt-driven one. It's plastic. It's an Ion, one of those Ion turntables. Great turntable. I've been picking up some vinyl lately, and I figure, well, let me check out this Audio-Technica. This is their mid-level turntable. So I actually went to their website, ordered it directly online. You can tell it's definitely a popular turntable, especially this Bluetooth version, because they do have a non-Bluetooth model exactly like this. Doesn't have the Bluetooth feature, and it was unavailable. And like I said, this was on back order for over a month or so. I can't remember how long, but just recently just received it from Audio-Technica. But you can see this is the quick start guide. It does kind of show you everything, what's included, and it'll also show you how to, I'm pretty sure it'll give you step-by-step preparation on the turntable. And as we go through the video, I'm going to assemble it, and I'm also going to show you the proper way, and it tells you right there in the instructions, there's a proper way of balancing and setting your tone, not your tone, but setting your tracking on your tone arm. So you want to make your force tracking. So you want to balance it, set the force tracking and the anti-skate on the tone arm before you can start playing records. So every turntable has that, and each phono cartridge has a certain grams, certain weight, force tracking specs that is good, useful to get that phono cartridge to properly play on your record. As you can see, that is the dust cover, one of the first items as I just pulled out of the box. And nice that it has a little rubber feet there. So it won't be, the dust cover, they tell you not to, to play it, use it just while you're not playing records. So I probably won't use it often. And there is a slip mat. It was pretty, just for editing purposes and time. I took forever trying to get that tape off. So I'll just kind of take it out of the bag here. Back in the day, these slip covers I was always known, even my Technics, they've always been like, rubber mats. So this one's a really light fabric style slip mat, which is not bad. Like I said, you definitely know you're not going to get your vinyl, your records are not going to be damaged or scratched with that slip mat for sure. So let's take out the actual unit itself, the actual turntable, and see what's in the bottom of this box. And you can see it is a nice metal platter. I believe it's probably more than likely made of aluminum. Definitely got some good weight to it, so very nice that it's made of metal. So the one my current Ion USB that I'm using right now is all plastic. So it's definitely, you can tell it's definitely got a little quality on this turntable for sure. And the first box we take out of there, and I'm almost certain that is probably a power adapter. And as we can see, it does have a separate plug, which is kind of interesting. So maybe there's different regions, and this is maybe one reason why they've have a separate plug. And I'm trying to remember if I ever had a adapter that actually had a separate plug like that you attach to the power adapter. So this is probably not unusual. But yeah, you just kind of slip it right in there, and once you snap it in there, I don't think it's actually going to come back, take off at all. So there's really no reason to. So yep, it's on there tight. And there's one more box. We'll take a look at the contents of this box here, and I'm almost certain that it's probably the cables. And since this is a USB, also a USB turntable, as you can see, that slips out the little 45 adapter. But yeah, there's a USB. You can connect it to your PC or Mac, and there is the phono RCA cables with the little grounding little connectors, and there's a 45 RPM adapter. But yeah, I was gonna say, as a USB, there is a free software called Audacity, and that's free download, and you can rip your, digitize your vinyl, which I've used many times with either with the tape cassette or with the vinyl, my current vinyl USB turntable. So that'll be nice to actually not only use the Bluetooth to headphones or a Bluetooth speaker, or even I'm going to connect my Bluetooth AV receiver. It's nice to play the music that way. So there is the hinge. It's plastic. Back in the day, I think most of them I think they were probably metal. Those hinges, everything seems like it's plastic nowadays. So, but yeah, it does its job. It's pretty sturdy. So I'll take off the tape. I'm not going to bore you to death and try to show you this. Once you've seen one hinge, you know what the other one looks like. So we'll just put that to the side, and I'll take that off later. Take it out of the bag off camera later. And the next thing here in the styrofoam packaging, this is another thing kind of drew me to buy this particular Audio-Technica is this cue light. Really love that it has a cue light. My office / game room I do keep the light at a minimal low, so it's nice to have a cue light kind of showing where you're going to put the stylus on the record. Kind of lights up that little area so make sure you get the stylus in the groove that you want it when you're playing your record. So really nice little LED light. It does have a little adapter bottom, almost looks like an RCA plug. And the next item we'll take out here is the counterweight. And the counterweight is what goes on the tone arm, and that's what is very crucial, setting that force tracking, as I mentioned earlier, to get and I'll show you that here later in the video, how to get everything set up so you can start playing properly with this turntable. So, and the last item here is the actual phono cartridge and the head assembly that the phono cartridge is attached to. So we'll take this out. Very well packed for sure. Everything's taped down pretty good. So definitely nothing is going to be damaged in transit, which is always a good thing. So yeah, there is the phono cartridge. And Audio-Technica, like I said, they also sell phono cartridges separately. They're well known for their cartridges. If you ever want to upgrade to a higher end, more expensive one, this turntable you definitely can do it on this turntable. So yeah. Okay, now let's take out the actual turntable out of the actual protective bag here. It's a nice looking turntable so far. Looking at it right now, as I remove this bag here, definitely got some decent weight for sure. Yeah, good looking turntable. I mean, and then now we're going to put the actual metal platter on it. And one thing I'll note is the 4 little legs of feet on this are adjustable. So if you're not playing, they recommend playing a super flat surface, but if you don't have one, those little feet, you can turn those and adjust that with the proper balance, I guess, so you can adjust those feet individually, which is pretty nice. So yeah, definitely has a nice little spin to it with that direct drive. And then we'll see the next item we'll put the cue light in. So yeah, so it's nice that you can have the option to put it in the cue light, which more than likely I'll probably won't ever take that out. Just keep that in there, because I would definitely be using that a lot for sure. And once again, got the tone arm counterweight there on standby. We're putting that together. And then there is the start button. There's the RPM 4533. And then got the chorus control with a little pitch adjustment, which is really nice. So not too many turntables have that feature. So it's definitely this midline turntable does incorporate that feature. So it's nice to have that if you want to adjust the pitch. So if you want to have 2 turntables and you want to do a little DJ action, but you can use this if you want to, that little feature. So we'll take this little protective wrap during transit. So it's nice that they actually tied that down. Make sure that doesn't go nowhere, and then the next thing, let's put on the slip mat real quick. This little slip mat here. And to put on this phono cartridge, which is the AT-LP120XBT-USB model, what you do is just push it right in and then hit that, turn that little thing counterclockwise, and it actually pulls in that cartridge. So it's very easy, as you can see, as I demonstrated, putting that phono cartridge onto the tone arm itself. And then we'll put the counterweight. And the next thing we want to do after I put this counterweight in is we're going to want to adjust the anti-skate. This is the anti-skate, keeps the needle from, eventually it wants to go towards the center, so that kind of Keeps it from, I don't want to say escape. That's why I call it anti-escape. Keep it more in track on the groove. And that's part of this, keeping that needle and playing your records properly. So you want to set that at 0, that anti-escape. So right now we're going to balance it. So as you can see, it's definitely not balanced. You want to make sure the needle stylus is not too far down. It's touching the slip mat or the record when you're balancing it. You just kind of want to hover right there in the center, just kind of like, yeah, just so it takes a little finagling, I guess, to get that counterweight just right, where it's just not lifting up too high, not too low, just right there in the middle. So we're gonna adjust that counterweight a little more, make sure we get that tone arm balanced before we adjust the force tracking for that tone arm for that cartridge. So I believe it's pretty balanced. We'll put the tone arm little clip back, adjust it. So now this, you can see this is independent. So you want to keep it to 0 right there. Put it to 0 as I point there. Now you can actually turn the whole counterclockwise on the counterweight. You want to set it at 2 grams. 2 grams. This phono cartridge is to get the perfect force tracking. You want it at 2 grams. Set your anti-skating at 2 as well. Another great feature on this turntable, besides the Bluetooth and the USB, this has a traditional line out. So it does have a preamp built into the turntable to send a signal to, let's say, a power speakers or your amplifier or receiver. But if your receiver or amplifier has traditional phono that already has the built-in preamp, you can switch to phono and bypass that preamp in the turntable. This is the little 45 adapter we saw unpacked earlier. And we'll put the little hinges. We'll show you, demonstrate how to put the hinge in. And just for time, we'll just kind of have everything together and show you what the dust cover looks like on the turntable. So, yeah, very nice looking turntable for sure. And then let's get the power and let's get this thing started. So, first thing we want to do, you just move that forward. That is the power button. Everything's turned on. And the lighting, you can see the cue lights on. And you can see where the 33 RPM, 45 or 78. You hit the 45. You want to get the 78. You hit both the 33 and 45 simultaneously, and then you get the 78 RPM record. Let's do the start and see what it looks like when it starts, and see how much when you stop it. So yeah, it stops really nice, almost on a dime, but yeah, really good, really great direct drive so far. Pretty impressed with it. And the next thing we want to do, you can see there is a little red and blinking light there. It's ready to pair. So you're going to get the Bluetooth. That is the Bluetooth. And now I'm going to pair it with my AV receiver. I'm going to put it in pairing mode. If it doesn't pair within 60 seconds, it'll automatically stop and you got to press the button again. So we're going to press this button for it to pair with the receiver. As you can see right there, it is solid blue. It is paired, ready to go. So let's put a record on and get this thing playing. For copyright reasons, I won't be able to play the music, but as you can see, it is playing 45. You can see the dots, they're standing still like that. You can see down there it says 45, and the very bottom, the big dots, showing it's on pitch, playing as it's supposed to play. So that's a nice little thing that I'm used to. Turntable direct drive turntables having that. And one thing I like about this too, also, if I could turn on this turntable, it automatically turns on my AV receiver and starts playing. So it's a nice little feature on that. So overall, very impressed with this turntable. Glad I picked it up. And thank you again for watching and sticking around. Please do consider subscribing and hit that like button if you like it. If you don't worry about it. You can hit the dislike. And until the next one, take care.